Welcome back to Goldberry Tarot and another pick a card reading. And this reading we are going to look at someone special in your life, someone that you care a lot for, and you're not sure how they feel about you. They say something, but you're not sure if that's actually how they're really thinking and feeling about you. So we're going to engage in a little psychic spying. And read a little bit into their energy and your energy and what could be possibly going on here. So the reading you'll be able to pick from 3 different cards, and I'll be using the same deck for each. But these are beautiful botanical oracle cards that I recently got. It's the Hedge Witch's Field Guide. And so that will be a little oracle advice at the beginning, and then we'll go for the reading, and we'll see how your person feels and thinks about you and what their actions currently denote and show and how things will be in the future and some advice. So this will be number 1, this will be number 2, and this will be number 3. So close your eyes, meditate for a moment, and decide which appeals most to you. Do you like this heart-shaped, this looks like sandstone? Or a little driftwood from the ocean, or this lovely organite. 1, 2, or 3. And we'll get started. So this is number 1, sage. I don't know if you can see that. Oh, that lighting is a little bit off. But this is sage, Salvia officinalis purify. And what does sage have to teach you right now? Let's look that up. Native to the Mediterranean region, sage has naturalized in many places throughout the world and is easy to find in gardens, the wild, and of course at your local grocer. There are many varieties of sage, including red sage, broadleaf, and even pineapple. White or green sage is the most commonly used as seasoning and in medicinal preparations. It can be used to treat snake bite, to increase women's fertility, and more. Sage has a long history of medicinal and culinary use, and in modern times it is enjoyed as an ornamental garden plant. White sage grows easily from seeds and requires little maintenance once established. It can even be grown indoors, though note that this plant prefers a day or terracotta container as it needs good drainage. Whether indoors or outside, find a sunny spot with good drainage for this plant and watch it flourish. Purify is the oracle of property of this card, as sage has been used since ancient times for warding off evil, cleansing spaces, and banishing negative energy. Smudging, the burning of sage bundles, most commonly white sage, is a practice done to clear and rebalance the essential energy of a person or space. Some people relate this herb to the Hierophant in the tarot deck, but I think it's a better companion to the Page of Wands and its fresh approach to the world. We are urged to try new things or welcome new people into our life. The Eight of Pentacles also speaks of clarity and focus, specifically concerning our work or craft. The clearing, purifying energy of sage is a powerful tool for anyone trying to focus or start anew. So, number 1, are you trying to focus? Are you trying to start anew? Sage. So we'll put that to the side. That'll be the energy for the beginning of the reading. And let's see about your person that you're inquiring about. What is going on? Ooh, I don't want to jump out there. Okay, let's put that one out. Okay, I'll put this over here. Well, this is really positive in a lot of ways. Wow. Wow, this is a very positive reading already. So, your person is telling everybody that you are a wish fulfillment for them. You're everything that they've ever wanted. Could it get any better than this? You are this lovely card of the Nine of Cups. Is how he or she is feeling about you, telling everybody how you are like the fulfillment of a dream for them. They think you are amazing. And so they really do believe this. This is congruent. You can trust this person because they look at you as the Empress. You are fecund and verdant and gorgeous and, every woman for them, like that. You're every kind of woman. You have all the qualities in a woman that they are, or a man, I guess I should say. I'm getting a little carried away because it's the Empress. But you are everything that they want, and you represent the ultimate to them. The ultimate as a mother or as as this feminine energy, as a protector, a caretaker. And so what they're showing to the world and how they're actually perceiving you and perceiving the situation is very congruent. Now, what are they thinking about you right now? Well, they look at you as the Queen of Cups. You're a very emotional person. You're not afraid to tap into your mystic side. They are a little bit concerned, I think, that you might be too emotional for them and you might scare them a little bit because they're not quite sure what to make of your deep femininity, your deep emotions. If this is a woman, it could be a man too. It doesn't matter with gender, as far as it could be very feminine as well, have a lot of the feminine energy. You have an abundance of this feminine energy and they like that, but they think of you as somewhat emotional and maybe a little bit wild for them that way. It might be a little bit frightening. And we get this other card with this High Priestess as how they feel about you. Oh, they love that you are such a mystery to them. You really turn them on. They enjoy how intelligent you are, how multifaceted you are. You, like I said, are every woman. You are the Sophia, you are a goddess. Or if you're a man, vice versa, you are that feminine essence or that mystery. They might feel that you've locked your heart up a little bit, even though you can be so effusive emotionally. You're still a mystery that they want to solve. You're still someone that they want to get to know better, and they already have this feeling that you are just incredible. Now, the energy that's surrounding you and this person as the Ace of Cups, so this is the beginning of a new romance, a new relationship. This is something that's really on the cusp. It's just started. I don't see this as a relationship that's gone on very long, and if it has, maybe this is a time of renewal when things change, and that happens in relationships. So this is incredible, very auspicious, very beautiful reading. I'm very impressed. And it's interesting too how you got the Sage at the beginning, or the Purify. So maybe you've gone through a period of purification of really figuring out who you are and what you want, and you can trust this connection because guess what's happening in the future, babies? Guess what's happening? In about 8 weeks or so, the lovers, this is definitely going to be a time of choice if you're going to take this further or not with this person, but you are everything to them. Like, you are what they're looking for in a partner. You're mysterious, you're intoxicatingly attractive to them. Oh, very sexual, very gorgeous, just incredibly beautiful, everything that they want. And not just on a physical level, just on every level. You have the maturity that they seek and that they need. So lovely reading, absolutely lovely. And I'm excited for you. So you don't have to worry about this person at all. Their intentions are pure. Again, the purify. Everything is pure about this reading and about this person and about their thoughts and feelings for you. And rejoice. Be happy. There's no reason to worry. And that's the first reading. If you liked it, please like and subscribe and leave me a comment below. Thank you very much. Okay. Here we are with number 2. Oh, interesting. So you, seeker, are you seeking clarity? The first seeker was seeking purity of intention, it looks like. Looks like this is how this reading is going to go. And you are seeking clarity. Clarity about this person. Clarity about what is happening in your connection. And as you can see, this is the wild rose. Rosa acicularis. And that is clarity, the wild rose. Those are so beautiful. I used to see those in Germany, lining the streets in profusions of beautiful wild roses. And I adore them. They're so lovely. It was so neat to live in a place where the roses were everywhere. So wild rose is a delightful plant that adorns and perfumes liminal places across the world. Almost anywhere you travel, some member of this plant family will greet you, from the Arctic to the seaside, even in the desert. On my summer hikes, I'm often delighted by great outcroppings of wild rose bushes festooned with birds and butterflies. The fragrant petals of the rose are edible and are used for their antiseptic, anti-inflammatory, and antiviral properties. They can be dried and made into tea. This flower also has many other culinary applications and can be added to desserts, syrups, and candies. The fragrant rose oil is used to make infusions, ointments, and cosmetic products. Rose hips, the seed-containing fruit of the plant, yields a large amount of vitamin C when fresh. Dried rose hips are used to treat stomach disorders, stomach spasms, stomach acid deficiency, soothe irritation and ulcers, and as a tonic for intestinal diseases. The oracle property clarity is inspired by the use of rose as a cleansing and focusing tonic of all sorts. Almost any herbal detoxing remedy will list rose as a primary ingredient. Many people who seek out this plant for its detoxification qualities are seeking a new lifestyle, the breaking of unwanted habits, and a clearer, cleaner perspective on life. This plant corresponds to the Ace of Swords of Tarot with its call for focus and clear sight when approaching new projects, or the Two of Swords, which urges the querent to strip away the blindfold of deception or self-deception and truly assess the situation at hand. Well, that sounds a little ominous. So let's see what the cards have to tell us about this person and your connection. I'm wondering with this card if you're concerned about possibly them being a toxic person, or not sure. So we need to know what does number 2 need to know? How can we get number 2 clarity about the situation? What is number 2's person feeling and thinking? What are they saying to others? How are they walking their walk and talking their talk? What is going on with number 2? This is a little different. Well, you might be right to wonder about this person and their intentions, because it seems like they're a lot more conflicted than they're saying. Well, what they're saying is that they're trying to make a decision about you. They're weighing their options. They're trying to decide if there's probably been like a roller coaster of emotions in this relationship. This relationship might have even gone on for a long time. I feel also in my heart, there's been a lot of wounding, a lot of hurt here. upset, anger. Maybe this is why you got the wild rose or the clarity. And they feel like either they've had to fend off suitors that want you, or there's been a lot of fighting off people or situations that have been really difficult, really heavy for you. And that's what they've been doing. They feel like they're fighting. They feel like they're defending themselves, maybe, that they're always having to defend themselves. And there's a lot of disconnect in what they're showing you and what they're actually feeling and thinking. So, and they're not sure too what they're thinking and feeling, how they're thinking, how they're feeling. It's all a lot different. What is at issue here, I think, what is surrounding this question is this idea of wanting it to take the relationship to a higher level. Maybe you've been living together for years, or the relationship has been going from 6 to 8 months, and there's a question of what should happen here. Shouldn't we get married? Shouldn't we build a steady foundation here that you can see in the Four of Wands? Isn't it time to begin our honeymoon, to move on? And that is what's at issue. That's what's surrounding everything. And so what is he thinking? Well, or he or she. Why do I always go to that? I'm sorry. Probably because a lot of women watch these, but I think men do too. Anyway, so what is this other person thinking about you? Well, they're thinking, I don't know if I want this with this person. I don't know. I'm kind of bored with how things are, and I don't know if this is what I want. And they're refusing some of your emotions, some of your loving cup. And that is what they're thinking. They're thinking maybe this isn't the right thing, or maybe, there's too much. I know in the Aleister Crowley deck, this Four of Cups is abundance. It's like too much of a good thing. And maybe they're just not, there's a bit of a refusal, right? Look, he's even pouring that water out of the cup. I don't want this kind. I don't want this kind. So that's what he's thinking. There's this battle going on. On the opposite end, what he's feeling for you, or what she's feeling for you, is the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is the knight that wants to offer you everything. It's a total romantic, feel all these romantic feelings, that wants love, that wants union. And yet there's all the strife surrounding this. So that's their emotions. They do have strong romantic feelings, romantic emotions, and yet they're thinking, maybe not. I don't know. And what they're saying to you and to everybody else, I'm not sure what choice to make. So this must feel very unsettled. And then they're fighting off or fending off what they believe to be other suitors, or maybe their own addictions or their own issues. They feel very angry, very uptight, and there's a lot of wounding here. And a lot of this is centering on this idea of marriage and taking a relationship to the next level. Is this a soulmate relationship? Is this a twin flame relationship? So what's coming later? What's coming down the road? In about 8 weeks or so, I would say Five of Wands. There might be a little bit of a truce. A lot of this fighting could be about tiny things, about how to do things, but I don't know. There seems to be a lot of stress, a lot of indecision, and a general lack of wanting to commit. And I kind of like to get some clarification on that, because what is that all about here with this lack of commitment, not wanting to commit? Let's clarify that just a little bit, because I'd like to know. Which deck do we want to use? Let's use this one. It's very unsettling, and along with the rose, wild rose, the clarity card, it seems to me, especially where I'm feeling the hurt here, there's just seems to be a lot of miscommunication, a lot of wounding that's happened in this relationship, a lot of fighting, a lot of drama, and a lot of passion as well. So what can clarify some of this? Interesting. Well, I'm wondering if one of you has been involved in an affair, or I'm gonna say a third party situation, but it looks like that could be a possibility. I think that this relationship started off, all wanting that 10 of Cups, wanting to feel like we've made it through the rain and we're starting a family and we're having this happily ever after. But there has to be some justice served in this relationship. There has to be some owning of what people have done. There has to be some accountability. I mean, who knows? Maybe this has been, maybe you've purposely allowed other people into your relationship and you're exploring different lifestyle choices. I don't know. Yeah, I'm feeling that could be a possibility for some of you. Yet this isn't working because what you really want, Aquarian, what you really want is, and I'm really sensing it's this, and they're not sure if they want to have that kind of commitment. They're fighting really hard and trying to figure it out. And I don't know if it was you or them, but yeah, the Justice card here. You're going to have to really tap into your spirituality to figure out this situation. I know there's a lot of sadness, but it just seems like a lot of stress. The relationship isn't on firm footing. I mean, he or she does have this Knight of Pentacles energy for you. They love you, feel a lot of romance, but their thinking is like, I probably should just get rid of this cup. I don't know. I'm really tired of what's been going on here. There's an exhaustion that I feel throughout this, all this wand energy too. There's an exhaustion here. There is love, but, it's love that, love can't exist by itself. And there seems to be some toxicity here and a lack of, real communion. Just seems pretty exhausting. So that's all I've got. My advice to you is to try to see what's real about this and let it go if it's not right. You don't have to hold on to a toxic relationship. It's amazing how the clarity card came into play, and it actually mentioned something similar to that. So that is your reading, number 2. And if you were connected to that at all, or you felt like it was right, please comment and subscribe and like. I appreciate that very much. And thank you. Okay, last but not least, we have got Samphire Adventure, Crimthum Maritimum. It's a mum. I'm just unfortunate and can't see how beautiful these cards are, probably because they're so white. But I love this Hedge Witch's Field Guide. So let's see what Samphire has to tell us for adventure. I like the sound of that, adventure. I want to go on an adventure. I want to do some traveling for sure. So let's look this up. So samphire is an edible wild plant found along coastlines along the northern hemisphere. Its briny little branchlets are wonderful pickled or simply steamed and served with fish. Some people eat young samphire raw in salads as it lends a spicy, salty pop and a delightful texture. In the United States, they are most frequently called sea beans. In Britain and across Europe, they're usually called samphire or sea asparagus, but in all cases, they are a delight for coastal foragers. Salt marshes and estuary lands are the best place to find these plants. They grow on beaches, poking up from the sand and rocky shore, and some species can even tolerate partial submersion in salt water. When foraging, be aware of nearby nesting shorebirds, such as sandpipers and plovers, as there's a strong overlap in territory and the birds are easily disturbed. The ocean has always held our imagination and is strongly tied to change and exploration, leading to the oracle property, adventure. Never far from the sea, the salty little friend reminds us of the captivating power of the ocean and the many possibilities the world offers. A related tarot card is the Two of Wands, in which a character holds a globe in his hands as he stands above a harbor with the horizon before him. This card represents all the wonder and opportunity the world has to offer, if we are willing to go out and pursue it. Are you stuck in a rut, seeking new challenges, or feeling stagnant? Maybe it's time to put the old behind you and strike out into something new. Okay. Sounds pretty self-explanatory. Let's bring our cards back out. So, what does number 3's person think and feel for them? What do they want? Ooh, these cards. Okay. What are they saying, number 3's person? What are they doing? How are they thinking and feeling about them, the relationship? And oh, this one came out. I'm just going to put this out here. We'll see if that has anything to do with the rest of the reading. All right. So, Interesting. Well, this person is probably an air sign, or you're an air sign, Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini, or there's a lot of air in your charts. So yeah, they're feeling right now, or what they're expressing right now is that there has been a battle and they've won. So they feel somewhat victorious, but they've had to battle hard for it. There's been some kind of battle of intellect or wit, maybe between the two of you, and that's what they've been talking about, that there's been an altercation, or there's been something that has been bothering them, and maybe harsh words were spoken. So what do they want? Well, what they're doing is they're trying to manifest something different. So behind the scenes, what they're doing is trying to manifest something different, either through a new relationship for themselves, and maybe they're going on the apps and doing stuff like that, I don't know. Or they're trying to change things up with your relationship. I'm getting a feeling of this is a relationship that might have gone on for a while. Could be a new relationship, but I don't think so. Possible though. But no, maybe for some of you, but mostly this person is trying to manifest. For some reason, they feel like their power has been, they've had to prove that they're powerful, that they're okay. And there might be some tricky energy there with this person and what they're doing, trying to manifest behind the scenes and to make something happen, and possibly for the relationship, but also just for themselves. So what are they thinking about you and your relationship? They're thinking, that there's probably some codependency here. They're even thinking that, there's some addictive quality. Maybe you guys do drugs together, or drink together, or engage in addictive pursuits together, and they're thinking that this has been an all-consuming thing in your relationship, and it's made you not awake, not aware of look at that green monster in the back there, Serenus. Really beautiful card. I love this card, but there is a menace to it, right? So they're thinking there's some problems here in the relationship for sure, possibly codependency. How are they feeling about you? They're not sure. Two of Swords. Which path should they take? I'm wondering too with the Magician if they're considering their options right now. And their feelings for you, their emotions are uncertain. It's not that they don't care about you or love you, but they're not quite sure if this is the right path that they're on. And there is a lot of heart energy I see in this connection, especially, they are touched, their heart is touched by you, but there's a coldness too. They have a tendency to look at things through an intellectual lens, and I think that that's hard for them to open their heart up. They want to manifest, they want to do things their way. There seems to be a real will for power in this person. So, yeah. What's the area? What's the thing surrounding? 9 of Pentacles. Being single. Should I be single or should I maintain this relationship? I mean, there's a lot that could happen on their own. I think that that's what they've been considering, like what could they manifest? What could they do? And maybe both of you are feeling really confined, having an inability to really separate, to be individuals. Again, I think this goes along with this idea of codependency here, especially the 9 of Pentacles. Like, there's a sense of individuality lost here. And yeah, so what's coming in the future? What will happen in the future? Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords, she is her own woman. She doesn't care. She is, she can be another person that will enter this person's life. This person can be you. I'm getting the sense, though, with all of this is about being alone, about cutting ties. And maybe wanting an adventure. Prince of Swords, like that was kind of some of the overriding energy. But being ruthless too, cutting ties. And so what advice do you need to know how to navigate this? What advice do you need? Get a clarifying card for that. Maybe this person too just wants to go on an adventure on their own. They feel maybe a little bit suffocated by the relationship, or they think that they are, and then they're feeling like they have to make a choice. Maybe there's been an ultimatum in the relationship where they feel like they absolutely have to make a choice here, or else something bad will happen. So what's the clarifier card for this one? That's such a funny card to me. Okay, we get another. Yeah. I think that there's some immaturity here. I'm wondering if this has to do with money too, with about manifesting money. Yeah, I'm not sure. This is an uneasy reading for me because there's a lot of, I don't know, I'm not getting a clear reading on it, except for that what's at stake here is individuality and feeling like, not feeling suffocated, but feeling like you can be your own person, you can manifest your own things. And maybe this person has had a difficulty with codependency, with addiction, like I said, or you have too, and they feel like they need to make a break in order to make their way in the world, to feel balanced and to communicate and to make their way. So I'm wondering if one of you or both of you, if you're relying on each other financially and in other ways, and this has caused some strife too, that everything's just been too enmeshed, too intertwined, and you both need to cut some ties. And the Queen of Swords is also about someone in her power who's moved on and learned some lessons. And so that's what I see for the future of this relationship. I'm not going to read it as another woman because I don't think so. I don't think that has anything to do with this at all. This is a lot to do with these egoic desires to become an individual, and this adventure card. Yeah. Wanting to adventure, wanting to be free, wanting to cut ties. So it looks like someone needs to do some soul searching and understanding who they are. And the person that we're talking about isn't one of these venerable older men. This is a person with a lot of young energy, and if they are older, they are brash and they are reckless at times and often cruel with their words and their thoughts. A lot of that air energy. So that was my reading for number 3. I hope you enjoyed, and if you connected with this and it made sense, please like and subscribe and give me a little comment below. And even if not, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you.